There is a moment that happens in the first year of a baby's life. Most fathers miss it, not because they weren't in the room, not because they didn't care, because nobody told them it was happening. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what that moment is, what it does inside your baby's brain, and why the research on fathers, specifically fathers, will change how you think about every interaction you have with your child from this point forward. This one is for the dads. Stay with me. Most fathers carry a quiet belief that their time with their baby matters more later. When the child can talk, when they can play catch, when there's something to actually do together, something that feels less like sleep deprivation and schedule management and more like a real relationship. That belief is costing their child something they can't get back. The first year is not the waiting room, it is the construction site. The brain your child will think with, feel with, and navigate the world with for the rest of their life is being built right now. And a father's presence during that construction, a father's specific, irreplaceable presence, changes what gets built. Not slightly, not eventually, measurably, permanently from the very first weeks. Your baby has been tracking you since the first weeks of life. Not just your face, your voice frequency, your particular way of moving through a room. Babies distinguish their father's voice from other male voices by week 3. By week 8, their heart rate changes when they hear you coming. They know you, they are already attached to you in ways nobody thought to mention. Fathers interact with babies differently than mothers do. This is not a cultural observation. It is biological, documented across dozens of cultures and decades of research. Fathers tend to be more physically stimulating, more unpredictable in their play, more likely to introduce novelty, new sounds, new textures, new ways of engaging. And that specific quality, what fathers naturally bring, produces something in a baby's developing brain that maternal interaction, as essential as it is, does not produce in the same way. It builds stress tolerance. When a father plays with a baby, real play, physical play, slightly unpredictable play, the baby's nervous system gets activated. Heart rate goes up slightly. Arousal increases. The baby gets stimulated in a way that is unfamiliar, a little exciting, a little uncertain. And then, when the father reads the cues correctly and dials back when the baby needs a break, the baby's nervous system learns something researchers consider one of the most important lessons of early childhood. It learns how to come back down. The ability to get activated and regulate back to calm, to handle novelty without falling apart, to tolerate the uncomfortable and recover. This is not a personality trait, it is a skill. And it is built, in large part, through exactly the kind of interaction fathers naturally bring, and that most fathers spend the first year of their child's life sitting out. The research on father absence in early childhood is hard to read through. Children with low paternal involvement in the first year show measurably higher cortisol reactivity. They startle more easily. They take longer to settle. They struggle more in unfamiliar social situations. Not because something is wrong with them, because a specific kind of regulatory input, the kind that comes from a father's particular style of engagement, was not there. And what makes this harder is that most of these fathers were present. In the home, they loved their child. They just handed the baby back when it got difficult. They stayed on the periphery because the mother seemed to know what to do, because the baby seemed to prefer her, because they told themselves their time was coming. But the baby was watching, the baby was tracking, and every time the father stepped back, a small signal registered in that developing nervous system. Researchers call this the father hunger effect, a developmental deficit that doesn't announce itself until later, in a child who struggles to self-regulate, who has difficulty with frustration, who finds unfamiliar situations harder than their peers. Not because of one moment, because of the accumulation of ordinary moments where a father was technically there but not really in it. Children with highly involved fathers in the first 2 years show better outcomes across nearly every metric researchers use: emotional regulation, cognitive development, language acquisition, social confidence, resilience under stress. The effect size for paternal involvement in the first year is, in several studies, larger than the effect of maternal education level, larger than household income, larger than early academic enrichment. What a father does in the first year, the holding, the talking, the floor time, the bath time, the 2 a.m. feeding, the showing up when it is hard and boring and exhausting, is one of the most powerful developmental inputs a child receives. And most fathers don't know this because nobody told them. It is not complicated, but it requires presence, not physical presence in the building, but engaged presence, actually in it. Talk to your baby, not at them, to them. Respond to their sounds, follow their gaze, make eye contact and hold it. Let them lead and follow where they go. Play physically, pick them up, move them through space. Make it slightly unpredictable, not scary, novel. Let their nervous system experience activation and then experience you bringing it back down. Stay in the room when it gets hard. When the baby cries and you don't know what to do, stay. Try things, get it wrong, try again. Your baby's brain is not building a picture of a perfect parent. It is building a picture of a consistent one who doesn't leave when things get uncertain. That picture, the one your baby is building of you right now, becomes the template for how they understand reliability, safety, and connection for the rest of their life. You are not the supporting character waiting for the child to get old enough to throw a ball with. You are a primary architect of a brain being built right now, in the ordinary moments you might be letting pass without knowing what they contain. The moment I mentioned at the start, the one most fathers miss. It is not one dramatic moment, it is thousands of small ones, the ones during a diaper change when you make a face and the baby laughs, during a bath when you pour water slowly and they track it with their eyes. During the middle of the night when no one is watching and you hold a small person who knows your voice, knows your smell, and settles when they feel your hands. Those moments are not filler, they are the material. Every one of them is still available to you, right now, starting today. If this video reached you, share it with a father who needs to hear it. Leave a comment below telling me how old your baby is. I read every single one. You have more time than you think, and more power than you know.